My name is Parvasha. I am the Executive Officer at the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, West India Council. On behalf of IACC, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to the fourth session of IACC Thursday Insights. This initiative is focused on delivering impactful ideas and meaningful insights. Today's session is on AI integration, balancing innovation with operational reality. Before we begin, I would like to introduce our leadership team driving this initiative. First, our president, Mr. Raghavendra Pongshe, a second generation entrepreneur and a distinguished intellectual property advisor. He manages over 15,000 IP assets globally. Though he could not be present here today, he has sent his best regards. Next, we have our Vice President, Mr. Tejinder Pal Singh Oberoi, Executive Director at Signet Infotech. He has a background in IT entrepreneurship with extensive experience in leading technology firms. He is also our moderator for today's session. Along with him, we have our Vice President, Mr. Manoj Balwani, a certified AI journalist and an alumni of IIM Ahmedabad, also a full-time entrepreneur and a seasoned management consultant. We have next Mr. Prateek Vaidya, our IACC National Executive Council member and a seasoned business leader and global entrepreneur, currently driving his force at Karma Management. Now, it is my distinct honor to introduce our keynote speakers for today's evening. We are pleased to welcome Mr. Mittal Patel, founder and CEO of Pragnakalp Tech Labs, with extensive experience in AI, generative AI, automation, and enterprise technology solutions. Mr. Patel is known for his helpful business implementation of practical and scalable AI-driven innovations. We have forward to his valuable insights and evolving AI landscape. Mr. Avkash Kakdiya, with over 15 years of leadership experience, he is the founder and CEO of iTech Notion, specializing in digital product development, go-to-market strategy, and micro SaaS solutions. Having collaborated with leading enterprises and startups across sectors, he is known for driving innovation, scaling technology solutions, and mentoring emerging businesses towards the sustainable growth. Now, without any further delay, I would like to invite our Vice President, Mr. Manoj Balwani, to deliver the opening remarks.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, West India Council, it is my absolute privilege to welcome you all to yet another edition of IACC's Thursday Insights. For over 5 decades, the IACC has been the premier bilateral chamber acting as a catalyst for Indo-US commerce. Our history is built on a single mission: to provide the platform, the advocacy, and the professional services required to bridge the last mile between global innovation and Indian industry. Today's session, AI integration, balancing innovation with operational reality, is a direct extension of that role. While the world is mesmerized by the innovation of AI, our focus at IACC on the operational stability and scale that businesses need to thrive. Through our diverse suite of services, from trade lead facilitation to strategic business masterclasses, we aim to bring the future into the present for our members. Tonight, we move beyond the AI hype to discuss the roadmap for execution of AI. We are delighted to have two distinguished experts who live at the intersection of technology and business. Mr. Avkash Kakdiya from iTech Notion and Mr. Mittal Patel from Pragnakalp Tech Labs. Gentlemen, thank you for sharing your real-world experiences with us today. Leading today's dialogue is my colleague and partner, Mr. Tejinder Oberoi, Vice President of the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, WIC, who is also joined by Mr. Pratik Vaidya, who is IACC's WIC nominee on the National Executive Council of IACC. And lastly, to our participants joining from across different sectors, your engagement is what makes the IACC a dynamic ecosystem. We hope that today's masterclass will provide you with the surgical precision needed to integrate AI into your own professional journeys. Tejinder, the floor is yours. I think you're on mute, Tejinder.
Yes. So thank you, Manoj. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of IACC Thursday Insights. It's about insights, ideas, and impact. Today's topic, very relevant, AI integration and balancing innovation with operational reality. I think it's one of the most important conversations across businesses today. AI has moved beyond experimentation. It has entered boardrooms, operations, customer engagement, decision making, and even product innovation. While the possibilities are exciting, organizations are also facing very practical questions around implementation, ROI, governance, workforce readiness, security, and change management. At one step, we are still struggling with digital transformation, and now we have AI transformation. So I think we have to jump two steps to go there. So today our goal is not just to talk about promise of AI, but how to explore how businesses can realistically integrate AI with operations while balancing risk, people, and business outcomes. So we decided to invite two speakers who have hands-on experience in helping organizations implement AI solutions. So what I'll do is I'll take questions with Mittal and Avkash one by one. But at the same time, if anybody has any questions, you can put it up on Q&A, and we can take up these questions at the end of the program. Or if in case we run out of time, we'll take up these questions. We'll ask our speakers to give us those answers, and we'll mail those answers to you. So my first question, what I'll do is I'll take my first question to Avkash. Avkash, AI is involved from a futuristic concept to a boardroom priority. In your view, where are businesses today in AI adoption? Experimentation, transition, or real-time transformation?
Uh, so it's a good question. So what I'm seeing across industries is that most of businesses are still somewhere between experimentation and transition. Many companies are using AI tools, but very few truly redesign their workflows for operating models around the AI. So, like in my company, we did a lot of the experiment, like at iTechnoson, like we started with small AI automation internally. Then we realized it's very quickly, it's not just about saving the time, but it was forcing us to rethink how team collaborate, how decision moves, and how information flow inside the company. So the real transformation start when AI stops being treated as a tool and start becoming part of our company's operating system.
So I'll go to Mittal next. Mittal, how do you identify whether a problem genuinely requires an AI, or it is just better process management that would help the organization manage that challenge? So,
Okay. So, very good questions. We get these a lot. So now as AI is like pretty hyped up right now, whenever somebody sees something, some demos or some influencer created videos, and everybody is like, okay, I want to integrate AI in my business. I want to do everything with AI. But not necessary that everything can be done by AI as of now. And we have to define that line, whether if anybody wants to do something, then AI is actually required or not. So what we usually do is like we do not fall for the solution before we understand the problem. So whenever, so like we provide AI-based solutions. So whenever some inquiry comes up or in project requirement comes up, we first analyze it properly, and then we see where we will need to use AI. And we have seen that in many cases, we do not need to use AI. So we have defined some triggers. So I would like to give some examples of the triggers. So if there is something that can be, if there is some pattern, say suppose pattern recognition that we need to do on large scale, then we need AI. So for example, if there are 10 images or 20 images, we need to find some pattern out of it. Once in a while, a human can do it. We don't need AI for that. But if we have a large scale, like there are 10,000 or 20,000 images that needs to be processed every month and need to find patterns out of it, then definitely we will need AI. Similarly, if there is some unstructured data out of which we need to make some sense or we need to find some insights, whether it be text or images or videos, we would need AI if it is on large scale. Then if there is some, if any business process is there which is kind of a bit unpredictable, or if input keeps changing, then in those cases also we need AI. I would like to give one small example of a real life example. So a couple of months back, we got an inquiry from one American clients. They are running like 40 plus different cafes in different states of USA. They came to us and they are like, okay, we want to automate almost all the processes that we are doing data wise. And we want to use AI and we want to automate everything. And we are like, okay, first let us understand the data. They were receiving a lot of data, some on daily basis, some on weekly basis, some on monthly basis. And they wanted to get some insights out of it. But we saw that first step was collecting the data from different sources. We don't need AI for that. We created a system which will collect the data from Excel file or spreadsheet or database and APIs, and it will put it in one central database. First step done. Second step, now they want insights out of the data. In that also, we feel that we do not need a lot of AI. We just needed to create one dashboard with different type of reports and graphs. We did that. In third step, now clients say that, okay, I can see all these reports and everything, but I have to go to the admin, I have to log into dashboard and then I have to go to different pages. Instead of that, if I can ask the questions via WhatsApp and if I get the answers directly, then that will be great. So yes, here we figured that we will need AI. So we created an AI-based chatbot. Now CEO can just directly ask the question, get the answers via chatbot itself. So AI was properly used over there. Now next step come, like based on all the data that they have, they had like multiple years of data. They wanted to create some prediction, like which product is being sold or which product is in high demand for a particular month or particular time of the year. Then which team is performing better, who is meeting all their KPIs and everything. And so for those kind of prediction also, we figured that we will need AI. So we created prediction models for them. Now, okay, so that problem was also solved successfully using AI. So as we can see, not necessary that everything will need AI. Sometimes we just need better workflow processes to be set up. And then we can slowly integrate AI where we deem fit. But usually what we suggest is when you are looking for any problem, when we are looking for a solution to any particular problem, first think like whether AI is actually needed or not. And I think that will be very helpful.
So again, coming to Avkash. Avkash, there is an AI ambition and there is an AI execution.
Yeah.
So
I think
companies have an ambition that they want to achieve something, and then there comes an execution ability. And then comes the investment part. So AI investments. So if we could possibly correlate the ambition, the execution, and the investment, AI investment together, how would you see this? And how have you handled that with your customers?
Yeah. So I think the partially answer is given by the Mithal, because nowadays every company is in this stage only, like there is a AI ambition and what can be execution part. So as per my experience, the biggest gap I can see is like uh, people don't have clarity. Company don't have. I mean, they want to implement the AI, but they don't know where to start. I mean, because there's no something where you can forcefully adopt the AI everywhere. There should be some operational readiness. So, as an example, like instead of starting with the AI, first you have to start with your own processes. Like when I have automated my own company, so it is not about choosing the tool, like what tool we are going to use, what LLM we are going to use. This is all about like what the problem we have, what the frictions we have, internal departments, what the processes. I mean, we identify the process, the which part of the process is repetitive, which is part of the process which is belong to the human. So based on that, like we make a plan for the automation. So this is a repetitive, then we can automate it. If it is a one time, then it's better to do manually. If it is a repetitive, then we can always automate it. There's a couple of the things which is always belong to the human, so that should always stay with the human. So what I believe is the AI is always amplify the system. So if the system is efficient, AI scale efficiently. If the system is chaotic, AI scale chaos faster. So first we need to fix our internal system. And now, like in terms of the investment, like mostly although people like think about the quick ROI. So if I invest in the AI tool, what can be ROI? But I think AI is much bigger than the productivity tool. So initially that is fine, like you consider as ROI, but this is something where it's a very big opportunity in the future. So I think also like some of our first AI implementation save time immediately, but the more important realization was that the system created organizational learning. So teams started thinking differently about the execution, documentation, automation opportunity. So initially, before AI, the team was like execution first. So now team is automation first. So when there is something new task, they always think like how I can automate. If it is possible, they check the feasibility. If like they can see the feasibility of the automation, they can always, the first approach is to automate it, and then they can execute it. So the companies that win with the AI will not necessarily be the ones with the biggest budget, but they will be the organization that build long-term AI capability into their culture and the workflow.
You are on mute, sir.
Tejinder, hi, you're on mute. Can I ask a question?
Pratik, go ahead.
Hi. Okay, no, just anyone can ask this. I mean, anyone can answer this, Avkash or Mittal.
Yeah.
So while we all talking about AI and jargons and all, but if you can let our listeners know the basic difference between AI first, and then we have agentic AI, and then artificial general intelligence. Artificial general intelligence not yet come, but if you can lay down these three differences, anyone can pick up an answer. Just wanted to have a view on that what is the meaning of AI, agentic AI, and artificial general intelligence. Yeah.
So let me pick it up. So I think this is really good question you ask, because people always confuse because they all start with the AI. So now it's a different variety of the AI. So let's take with the example. So AI and ML is like since 10 to 15 years, but we see the real power when ChatGPT came in. Till that it was part of the subject and we know the concept and everything, but there is no any real application. So now when we start using the ChatGPT, so the AI, what is AI? Generative AI. So where we can ask something, they can think and give the answer. They will not take any action. So this is a generative AI. The tool we are using day to day, it can be ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, any tool. Now another the term after Gen AI, the era of agentic AI. So currently we are in the agentic AI. So what is a agentic AI? So agentic AI is a tool where they can think and they can act. So let me give you example. So if you want to go in the holiday, in the summer holiday, so if I go with the generative AI, it can say like I can say like I want to go to Goa, find me some 5 best hotel, the resort alongside the beach. So they can give a list of the hotels, but they are not going and book the resort. So now if you talk about the agentic AI, so where they can think and act. So if I ask the same questions, I want to go Goa and find the 5 best resort, and if I confirm the first I like it, they can go and they can book it. So here is the chain, like is the thing plus acting. The next part is uh, the era of AI employee. So the AI agent is only fixing the small task, where let's say I want to send the email or any the small 1 or 2 tasks. But the next one is AI employee. So AI employee is a multi-skill personality. It's the orchestration between the tasks. So if you can take an example of the sales department, so you can automate the okay. So let's take example of the all of the three. In the sales department, if you want to just write the email, then it is generative AI. It can help you to write the email. Then if you want to write the email and also send to the customer, then this is a agentic AI. Now the future is AI workforce is AI employee. So in that case, what happened? Like this is a replacing the job role. So or I mean, it's trained by the job role. So because person has a multiple skill, so this AI employee can also have multiple skill where it can do the market research, it can identify your customer, it can write the email, it can take the follow up. Once the meeting is scheduled, then only human can do the meeting. And again, the recording is also done by the AI. They can also sync with the CRM, then also send the meeting note. So the it kind of the multi-agentic system, which is called AI employee. So like nowadays, like there are too many jargons, but if we have the basic comparison of this generative AI, agentic AI, and the AI employee, then things become much easier when we plan to implement.
Thank you so much. Tejendra, you've got that. Can you please?
Yeah. So the next question I had for Mithil. Mithil, MSMEs and traditional businesses, how are they coping up with AI? Like primarily AI discussions focus on large enterprises. What about MSMEs and traditional businesses? Is AI getting democratized enough to include them in their uh, deliverables? And how can they adapt it?
Okay. So if we consider currently like MSMEs or even startups and large enterprises, everybody is now trying to or planning to adapt AI. And I think everybody has a good amount of scope where they can integrate AI in their businesses or in their workflows or in anything that they are doing. So, but definitely like they work on different levels. So say suppose if you consider startups or SMEs, then they would have different challenges using AI. And if we consider large enterprises, then they will have their own mindset or own challenges to use AI. If I say about like startups or SMEs, they might be able to adapt things faster, or they might be able to adapt to AI solutions faster because there is a less bureaucracy and there is a less approval hierarchy as compared to large enterprises. So they could move faster, but they would be more cost conscious. So if it is getting very costly, then they could have issues. Whether on the large enterprises, like they can have resources, they can set up many servers and everything. But at the same time, if they want to start using AI, then I would say that they could be a little bit slower because they have to manage through all the compliances, all the approvals, all other uh, processes that they have set up in their business. So yes, I think the opportunities are there for both like as SMEs as well and large enterprises as well, and they are coming up with their own ideas or with their own solution which they can integrate in their businesses.
Interesting. So while I personally, my personal view is that I think AI is bringing in a more level playing field for the smaller organizations If they adapt it, they can actually do things which they were not able to do earlier, with which large organizations only had the privilege to do. So AI is possibly killing that privilege and making a level playing field with for the smaller organizations also.
Absolutely,
Coming back
absolutely
to
right. Absolutely right, and I fully agree with that. So yes, startups and SMEs have more advantage in some of the things. So just yesterday I was reading that Anthropic has reached. I am considering Anthropic as a startup or SME right now. So Anthropic has reached $30 billion yearly revenue in 3 years, which it took Salesforce, I guess, 30 years. Okay, so now even if somebody thought like, okay, one new entrant will come and then they will have billions of dollars of revenue just before 10 years, if somebody would say that, then it would be highly unlikely, or somebody would say like, okay, that is kind of impossible. But now, as we can see, even small startups and small companies can also directly compete with the bigger enterprises, and then even they can even overtake those enterprises.
I met somebody who used extensively ChatGPT for building his technical content for his website for multiple products. And his comment was that a small MSME player, that if it was not for ChatGPT, he would not have been able to do it in his lifetime, which he was
Yes.
able to do it in a couple of months.
Correct,
So
correct.
that's a kind of advantage that he was able to deliver.
Absolutely,
Coming
absolutely.
back to Avkash, what capabilities will define organizations that successfully integrate AI versus those who struggle over it for 3 to 5 years? How do organizations be able to smoothly integrate AI into their processes?
Mhm. So the organizations succeed with AI are usually not the one talking about mostly about the AI. So they are the ones improving operational adaptability. So while building agentic workflow and the automation system, we realize successful company tend to share similar characteristics. So what is the main thing? The faster experiment, the process clarity, leadership involvement, and openness to change. So over the next few years, like adaptability will become more valuable than the size. So the organization that learn fast and evolve fast will outperform organization that simply have more resources. So rightly said by the Mittal. So now the Anthropic revenue is more than the Salesforce. Salesforce might have more resources than the Anthropic, but still, like if you the learn fast, evolve fast, and you stay is that level, then you can always outperform the larger organization. So now it is possible with the era of the AI.
Thanks, Avkash. I'll come to Mithal again. Mithal, I'll ask you, what are those AI applications that Indian businesses can immediately start using, or they are not utilizing, which are easy to get implemented with some underutilized AI applications that Indian businesses can pick up?
Okay, okay. So I would say that Indians are very fast in adapting, I would say, and we can see that. And if we consider at an individual level, people have started, like people like us have started using AI on daily basis multiple times, like writing emails, doing something, or getting some output. So we are using AI on daily basis. But if we consider the same for businesses, I think there is still a lack or lag in implementing AI, and there are many areas or parts where Indian companies are still, I think, underutilizing AI. If I give some example, like
5 examples. I need 5 examples.
so yes, first thing that we are currently seeing is voice agents. So in USA, like many companies have already started using voice AI extensively, and they have implemented it at multiple places in customer support or appointment booking or any other responses where people call and then they talk. But in India, I think it is not as prevalent yet. I have got some automated calls already, but I think it's we are still not using it that much. One of the challenges for that is like multilinguality in India. So that is, yes, that is another area where AI is not being used. So we, like, India is a diverse country. We have like many, like dozens of languages being spoken in different states. That if you consider dialects, it goes in hundreds of count. So that is another area where AI is not, I feel that is not being utilized up to a high level. But in upcoming months or years, I'm pretty sure that many companies will jump into it, and then they will make voice agents or chatbots which are multilingual and which can answer people in their own language or maybe even own dialect. Third, I feel that in document processing also, I think it is India is not utilizing AI as much. Again, multilinguality is one of the challenge in that one. Plus, businesses are not aware, or they might not be open to use AI to do a different type of document processing. So we have created different type of document processing systems for invoices, resumes, medical documents, medical reports, in license like personal documents like licenses. So in many businesses are using document processing very effectively in US and other countries, but I think in India still that has yet to we have yet to pick it up. So just I think there is a lot of scope, I would say, in India where we can use AI.
Can I add some
Yeah, sure.
points here?
Sure.
Yeah. So like when it come to the how to adopt the AI or what tool we should use, right? So I mean everyone know the concept, what AI can do and all the stuff, but when it comes to the practical way, how we can automate at our company, if you talk about the mostly the SME. So there is a two things. One is a core and deep AI. So SME don't need it. So everyone don't need AML and machine learning, the core LLM stuff. For day-to-day working, what they need? They need automation. There are a couple of the tool. If you don't want learning curve, they can always start with the Zapier, Mac, N8N. N8 is a great tool. I can say like 70-80% your routine task or routine processes you can easily automate using the N8N or the Mac or the Zapier. So you just need to like stitch your all the tools whatever you are using, and you can stitch the workflow and all the repetitive tasks that will be executed by the AI. So that way, like if you look out for the SME department, let's say sales and marketing and the HR, these all are the department. The 80% things that you can automate using only these tools. You don't need to write a single line of the code. So these all are the freely available tools. Like anytime you can also self-host on your own server if you have the data concern, data privacy issue. You can set up it on your on-prem server or on your own cloud, and you can set up your processes. So if you look at the tool like the ChatGPT, Claude, their APIs, and the N8N, Mac, Zapier, so these can be a stack for the SME, and they can easily automate 70-80% of the work.
Okay. One question to both of you. Let's name 5 or 10 tools specific for certain applications. Let's say content building. Which tool would you prefer using?
For content, we use a mix of ChatGPT and Claude. So like ChatGPT is still very good at generating prompts, and now Claude is something which is also able to create very good level of presentation. So for presentation, we are using suppose Claude. Then for video, we are using VO and Gemini's tool. So yes, for content.
And for code writing
Okay.
or
So
software code writing?
yes. For code writing, in our team, like different tools are being used. Some prefer Cursor, some prefer Windsurf, Some prefer Gemini's IDE, anti-gravity, and in that anti-gravity, they use either Claude or Gemini or any other model, or even ChatGPT or DeepSeek.
For software testing,
Software testing, I think we are not using any tool as of now.
For the
Avkash.
development, I would like to add one more tool. That is a Kiro from AWS. So actually what happened, there is also evolution in the development. Like initially it was a vibe coding, then the agentic coding and all. But for prototype, that is fine. But if you want to write the production level code, then they should follow the spec-driven development or SDLC lifecycle that we used to follow when we used to write the code, right? So it is not something where you can just give one line of the code and can build the whole software. So the Kiro is just spec-driven, where like once you give an idea, it can write all the user stories, then you approve it, then all the test cases, you approve it, then it do the system design, you approve it, then it can choose the tech stack, you again approve it, then it creates the task list, and one by one it can execute. So that way, if you want the full control on your own code, and you can make sure like that this is code is the same way as is written by me, and there is no any garbage code or any over engineering, then it's a Kiro. Even the same thing we can do with each and every tool. But let's say if you want to do in Claude or other tool, then you have to define your processes. You have to ask them, I want to do spec-driven development and all. But the Kiro also using the Claude models and other models, but this is again product, so they build that way that it will forcefully you can go through the spec-driven mode. And
email
for the
management.
testing, sorry.
Okay, you can complete.
Yeah, for the testing, like again, all the unit test cases is written by AI only. So once they write the code, it can test everything. And for the other things, like we're using the Selenium, so it's not due to the AI. So Selenium is since the beginning. So when like it's always part of the CI/CD pipeline.
Okay.
Yeah, one
Email
more.
management.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah. So regarding creating POCs and demos, we have also used Lovable and Replit. If we need to
Okay.
create something quickly to demonstrate to the client, like design and everything,
Correct.
then yes, our team is using Lovable and Replit also frequently. So those are also good tools.
For email management,
Or
Email, yeah, Mithal.
Okay. So for email management,
simplest tool.
I personally use Superhuman up to some extent. So Superhuman is a nice one. Like it can keep track of all your emails. It like categorize the emails, and then it also provides a priority in everything. And it also helps obviously in writing or preparing the responses of the email. So Superhuman is one. Being like as I have a technical team, there are some of for managing some emails, we also use N8N. So we have created a workflow. So if a particular email comes in, then N8N will get triggered, and then it will take so and so or defined actions. So yes, Superhuman and N8N, that is what
Link
we are.
campaigns,
Sorry?
email mailing campaigns, mail campaigns.
Yes. So for email campaigns, currently we are using instantly.ai. So in that, like they let us manage campaign. But yes, one more, like, okay, instantly provides us the infrastructure to send emails, but we send around 1,000 cold emails on daily basis. Now,
Okay.
and we just do not send the templated message or templated emails. We customize and personalize each and every 1,000 messages. So that is also one very good use case of AI, where we have the detail about the client. So from LinkedIn, our AI system will capture that data. Then say suppose they have posted some job, so it has the detail about their requirement also. And then the for that system that we have created, we provide, of course, it has idea about our expertise also. So using all those three things, personal, jobs, and our expertise, it creates highly personalized emails. And yes, then it fits to instantly send those emails.
HR.
So So now it is an era where AI write the email and AI also read the emails. So it's
Yes.
the stopgate between the human.
So basically, I was basically trying to bring in that, see, we have people from different domains sitting here, and everybody comes with his own set of problems. So when people are looking at which tool will work best, with your experience, we were trying to pitch out, okay, if I do need to do video editing, I can use this tool, and if I am just sending emails, I can use this tool. So that was the primary idea of this quick questions. Coming back to this
So,
now.
sorry to stop, but one tool
Yeah.
every business needs some creatives, right? Because for the SME, I mean, they want to post something on social media or something. So the Nano Banana or the current ChatGPT model. The Nano Banana is obviously good, but the recent update of the ChatGPT, that is also amazing. Like you just need to tell them the Holi is coming. This is my logo. I want to create you. I want infographic or whatever you want. The single prompt, it can completely create. So you don't need to go to Canva or Photoshop or anywhere.
Okay. Pratik, you have something?
Uh, yeah, I mean, so day-to-day use, you told, in fact, email, for Microsoft Teams, I think Copilot is best working, and whoever is using Microsoft
Yeah.
product, Copilot really works well. And Gemini, you already have clarified that. I mean, so the Google Mails is the thing which is done by Gemini itself, which is really good. I would like to ask one question here that I think, Mittal, you were talking about, when which are the tools and how each of the processes can be automated, uh, and what AI can help in process automation. I think Mittal or Avkash, I just lost it. In fact, one of you guys told about it.
Yeah, yes.
The point here is like N10. I think Avkash, you talk about
Yes,
N10 and
yes.
all.
I talk about.
The point here is that organizations today, they don't know. So who is the person to decide? And they don't know a person, or they don't know whom to seek. First of all, there has to be some business analysis, right? Okay, my business is from order to cash or from procure to pay, how I'm doing the business. And then each of the blocks which I have from my, right from I take the order to I get the money, each of our processes, what can I automate, what can I do AI driven, and what can I have to still do manually, that is very important. So I mean, so still the organization, they need this layer of business intelligence or business analysts. Do you think that AGI, or agentic AI, which are available in market, would also replace such roles?
My take on this is the finding the problem and the friction is always belong to the human, because human is operating the business. AI is here to fix that. So what I did in my company, so first we need to identify the problem, but who will own this task? Because if I'm managing sales and marketing, I know the sales and marketing problem, but I can don't know the deep level problem of the HR and the other department. So we created one kind of the 1 week kind of the session in my company, where we divided the different teams. So one is the sales and marketing, HR and all. So HR head, they need to identify our current process. They forgot about the AI. So what we are following, what is our manual processes? They have to list it down. So same way, each and every department have listed down their own processes, how we are managing. Sometimes it's ideal process, but we are not able to manage due to the lack of the resources and the lack of the teams and all. Still, we need to list it out. So this is ideal, but we are not following. This is we are following. So we have listed all the processes. Then we all sit together, the AI engineer, the team, and everyone, and then we identify, because here we need the technical people. So from this process, this part that we can automate, that we can build with the N10 or the Zapier or might be custom code or something. This part is belong to the human. So that way we create the map for each and every department. So always best to start with one department. So we start with the sales and marketing and start with one workflow. First we created automate the one workflow, it is stabilized, then another. So that way one department is done, then it become kind of the role model for the another department. And then we implement for the HR. So that way we have changed the culture of our company. The people also start thinking about the AI first. It was a 2 week kind of the period where we stop working. Only we work on the urgent task, and everyone need to build internal automation. It's not always belong to the AI engineer, because now everyone can build it. We just need the clarity what we want. So we start with my sales team, and my sales team build it first, not AI engineers. And then it set an example, and then everyone start building it.
So I have yes, Mithil.
I would fully agree with Avkash, and at our company also we are doing almost similar thing. So what we usually do is, so for project managers, like we ask them, like, okay, under you, say suppose 8 or 10 people are working, analyze their work for a week, and then let us know what are the points that we can automate or where we can use AI to boost the productivity of that particular person. So that is how we usually find the pain point. So the first responsibility is for the project manager, and the project manager is also encouraged to ask their subordinates, like, okay, if you feel somewhere we can use AI or AI tools or any automation, then let us know. Okay, because if they are working on that level, then they would have the better idea, and they would be the right people who can figure it out, or who will understand, like, okay, if I'm doing this thing, maybe we can automate it, maybe we can use any tool, or maybe we can use AI somewhere. So that is how we define like where AI can be used. So I think I would say that it is a personal responsibility of the people also, plus the higher management also, and yes, business owners as well.
Here also I would like to one more method that also we implemented. So sometimes what happens, so aligned to the Mittal, if the project manager, so project manager know their own pain point, but for the end level juniors, so they visualize like this might be their work, but actually that might not be a work. So that gap we identified, like where we implemented, because initially all department head were identifying the process, but the ground workers sometimes they're not aligned with the end developer. So then what we did another exercise where everyone have to write their day-to-day work. So once they enter in the office and when they punch in to punch out what actually they are doing, what is the day-to-day work. So they just need to put the rough idea. So I came here, I punch it here, then I do this, I go the project management tool, blah blah blah. They put everything there. Then we collected everything, and based on that we reconcile it, and then we find the processes. These are the processes for each and every department that we have identified, and now we need to automate it.
That's interesting. I think that's an interesting take on how to implement, how to go about with the implementation process. Now, once we are implementing, enterprises face a issue of governance, ethics, security, bias, data privacy. Now, accountability and innovation are two different ends of the same string. So, how do you think in case of AI systems, how are we managing the accountability versus innovation?
Yes, it does. So accountability, especially governance and compliance, I think it is impacting innovation in many large-scale companies, like who has very tight regulations to follow. And yes, there are solutions also. So say suppose like for one of our clients, they were 100% sure that they want to use AI, but they do not want anything go out of their server or go out to other third-party providers like OpenAI, Anthropic, or any other uh, uh, third-party providers. So they wanted everything in-house, and that was possible. So for automation, what we did, like we set up N10 open source version on their server. For model, at that time we used Llama. So we set up Llama model on their server, and then we created the same flow that they wanted, or that could have been done very easily just by making calls to OpenAI. But because of data privacy, they were not ready for that. We were able to replicate almost similar thing on their own server. So yes, there are ways also, but definitely like such concern could hamper in using AI at full potential?
So I think, Pratik, if you want to cover anything, or we can move to question answers from the guests.
I think we can move to question answer guest. In fact, just wanted to make a statement here, and actually good for the users. There are two types of users we have, or I'm sorry, not users. I'm just stuck on user and AI and all. Two types of participants we have. One is the employee and one is the employer. While if you do not upgrade yourself or update yourself to learn skills, and it was right in maybe 30, 40 years ago as well, like. Typist job was there till typewriter was there and was replaced by a computer. And you need to upgrade yourself as a computer data entry operator, otherwise you're out of the job. Similarly, today, if you're doing certain tasks and if you just adopt and learn more skills about AI, it'll not replace your job, but it'll be an enhancement of what you're doing and it'll be more productive. But at the same time, for the employer, especially small, medium enterprise, which you all both touch base, the employer also should be learning the skills. At least you're good, in fact you'd said some 5 skills, everything they need to learn. And I think that's very critical of people adopting and learning AI. Otherwise your business is itself obsolete. And I think what you mentioned, right, guys, that it has to be a top-down approach, that the management also has to get involved. It's not like the wonderful, which Avkash, you say that every department just held and they did on their own things around it. But the top-down approach is very important. And unless that top the management, the CEO, the CXO level, they are not aligned and they're not educated enough to learn the skills on their own, the organization will never develop, I guess. That's what my, I think, end closing thing is. Thank you very much. And now we can go for the questions here.
So we have some questions like AI help us in corporate communication. I think we covered this, but if you want to add something quickly, any of you, that will help.
Yeah, so this is how like we all started using the AI, right? Because the first task only we fix is writing the email or writing the content. So corporate communication, like, but again, there is the personal skill. Like it is not nowadays every LLM is good. Like either it can be Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude. But this is about us, how we can ask the questions. I mean, we should feed enough. I mean, if you don't feed enough, then the answer can be anything. So there should be some structure where we can ask the question, we can give the context, and then we get the output, and again we apply our brain, and then we send to someone.
I think it's very clear. You ask the right question, you get the right answer. You ask the wrong question, you get the wrong answer.
Yes.
Common,
And that
so the
applies to-
common learning, it's a common learning for any employee or employer is that they should learn how to do prompt engineering. And that's the best skill
Yes.
today to have. And then they are good enough to go about, right? Am I do you agree, guys?
Definitely.
I think we
definitely.
covered. So there were questions on how specific use cases for marketing and follow-ups. So I think we covered both of them. We covered the medium-sized organizations or companies or offices section. If both of you can throw a little light on manufacturing challenges, and if any of you have worked in textile industry, if you could cover it with some use cases that you spent there. So those are the 2 questions that I can see on the question answer list. So
So in
something that you did for
textile,
manufacturing.
so in textile industry, like we work with client, but not at that the ground level. But this was something where I mean they manufacturing. I mean they have the bed sheet company, like they produce the bed sheets like in the fabrics, and like they have team of 100 plus people. So the problem is, I mean, they are dealing with the B2B, and they have hundreds of design. Every day the person came, they can check like this design we have in stock or not, and they have to inform all of their customer. And again, sometimes they give an order and they don't have a stock because they have the ERP running at some other thing, customer communication. So they everything is not synced. So what we did, like we create the basic utility in the computer and we stitch all their database and everything. So at 11 when they start, it can go and check automatically like what inventory they have in their ERP. We take it, we get all the images, we make the folder and we prepare everything. So when they start the day, so they already know, okay, these are the design which is out of inventory, and we are dealing with this design only. So it was around 2 to 3 hours work every day. So now once they start the day, so everything is sorted. And later stage, we also sync that folder with the mobile app. So they also don't need to upload anywhere. So it will automatically take it from the desktop app, sync with the cloud, and now their B2B customer distributor, they can see all the design, latest design, the mobile only, and they can give order from there. So for customer, they don't need to learn anything, no new tool, nothing. It's the same thing. They're working with the window, old computer, and everything in the file management system. But AI can take it from there, and they organize the data, prepare the data, and as a customer, they can access the data from their mobile, which is sitting on their computer.
Great.
Regarding
So, Avkash, if you have an example from the manufacturing, some manufacturing challenges.
In the still, I didn't get a chance to work or didn't get any use cases, particularly in the manufacturing.
So,
Okay.
yes, I would like to add regarding textile. It was, I think, 2 years back, we got one inquiry, like there was one company. So in textile, like they used to create new designs of the dresses, dresses for ladies, different type of dresses. And usually what they did is like their designers used to create the sketches. So now they wanted to use to convert those sketches into proper design with different colors and different props and everything. So yes, now I think it can be done pretty easily, but 2 years back it was a bit difficult, I would say. We used stable diffusion at that time, and then we trained the model on some of the sketches and real design, and then we got the trained model, and then we helped them create designs out of sketches with their own ideas. So that was one thing. Second thing, we worked with one of we worked briefly with one of the pharmaceutical company where they were like maintaining a lot of data of QC data, quality control data, and then they like for tablets and then other medicines. So using that data, we created some level of prediction system for them as well. So yes, that was the manufacturing industry work that we have done. We have not done like very extensive work in manufacturing.
Anything, because garments use a lot of e-com also. So if you have done some e-com related work, that could also and show where you could bring in value in their e-com expertise with AI.
So in the e-commerce, like I also like another startup which is funded, HumanX, like where we are building AI workforces. The first AI workforces that we build for the D2C brand for the e-commerce, where like it collect all the data. They do all the reconciliation. Like it can collect data from the Shopify, from the Flipkart, Go Quick, Payment Gateway, everywhere, from the email also. They do the reconciliation. They prepare the report for the TDS, then for the GSTR1. Then again, when the GSTR2B came in, they can also do the reconciliation, and they send email to the customer for the missing documents. If there are some missing documents, and again prepare for the GSTR3B. So this whole cycle is completely automated. So 80% the work is doing by the AI employee, 20% belong to human, where they just go and file the return, or they review the work. If something they can find, so they can review, or they can override the decision taken by the AI. So there is a reviewer. So now the role is shifting from doer to reviewer. Initially they used to do everything. So now once the month is closed on 20, they click the button and they can import everything on the tally. So even they don't need to do single entry in the tally. So this is completely end-to-end working cycle that we did.
Yeah.
So one question back to what you explained, Avkash, earlier. So you have so somebody's mentioned that about AI implementation. There was a beautiful mention about everyone writing down the work from punch in to punch out. It reminds us of the older day process of business process re-engineering. Are there any AI-powered automatic tools that can capture and summarize the current workflow work?
So again, like this is a custom only, because there is no any tool where it can go and check all of your processes. So that is something input as a human we need to feed. And once we feed, then there is a tool. And sometimes what happen, like if the use case is unique, So we might need to build the custom workflow, because the ready-made workflow, ready-made tool, they can work for 70-80% use cases. But there is a 10 to 20% use cases where because sometimes the workflow is belong to the company, because each and every company has their own workflow, and their own working style, their own working tools and all. So sometimes they might also need to build some kind of the custom workflow to automate that task.
Somebody has requested some limelight on project management systems. So in case Mittal or Avkash, any of you can throw some light on project management systems where AI you have implemented.
Project management, I mean, it's like more than 2 to 3 decades, like everyone is working with the project management system. So this is my personal opinion. So actually what happened, like since last 2 decades, everyone is building the software. People spend millions, billions of dollars in building the software. Still, they are not happy with the software. If they implement the SAP or Salesforce, but still they are not happy. Why? Because it's not about the software. It is about the human, which is not feeding the data. If the people is not using the software properly, they are not, the management are not getting the reports. So that problem now AI is solving. So now come back to my experience, my company, we are using ClickUp for as a project management tool. But what was the problem? Like sometimes people create the task, sometimes they don't create tasks, sometimes they forgot to complete the task. When we generate the report, this everything is chaotic. Now what we did, like we have created the automations where we link all together. So even they don't need to do anything. Like once you define the sprint and then you commit on the Git, so this everything is synced. As soon as you commit and the issue is resolved, it will automatically mark on the ClickUp. So that way now people don't need to manage the software. So all the software is now ULS. So they are just managing the data, but your interface is like in my company, we are using the Discord. I mean, some people use the Slack and all. So everything is triggered by the Discord. So I just send the message, or I can tag AI, so they can do the work. So that way now it is not more about project management tool. This is about like how you can stitch the project management tool with your workflow.
Yeah.
So you don't need to manage the project management.
Regarding project management, I would say like regarding project communication. So for one of our clients, they had some channels in Slack where they used to discuss about different type of features, and then all the discussion related when it should get completed, what should be there, and all the requirements was being discussed in the Slack channel. Now for that client, they wanted to, like, of course, like there were many members in that channel, so they were not able to keep up with all the messages, or they might miss something that was discussed. So for them, we created a solution and we added a Slack bot which will keep track of all the conversation that is going every day. And at the end of the day, it will summarize the conversation. If there are some new features discussed, or there is some new deadline set, or anything else that is worth noting down, then it will make the note of it, and then it will send an email to concerned parties. So yeah.
The last question which has come up on my side and which has come up twice is which tools are free and which AI tools are paid ones, and how can we leverage between the free and the paid ones to get the best of effectivity.
Can I answer this question if you don't mind, guys?
Yeah, please.
See, I know. See, if free and paid is only for productivity increase is okay, but do not use such tools as both were telling. Do not use any tools or any shortcut for implementation in your own company, because one size doesn't fit all. One paintbrush cannot be for everything. So paid versions and things around you need to really customize. And apart from that, tools which you have, you need to have an expertise consulting thing. Like I think Mittal and Akash, they did a wonderful job. But you need to have a team to actually customize and use different tools to really do it. One paintbrush will not solve the purpose. So the paid version and free version only to enhance your things and all is okay. But it will be dangerous for any organization.
So there's a limited amount of work which is available free in all the tools, which is more experimental. And once you get into real business, everybody wants paid tools.
Yes.
But there are some tools which you can definitely optimally use. So possibly the experts can let us know how much leverage we can take from them.
So almost all the AI tools that we are using currently, they work on now premium basis. So some like almost all tools are providing some up to some extent it is free, but after that it is chargeable. And as we are moving forward, I think everybody is squeezing that free limit now. Everybody is like decreasing the free limit because yes, everything is getting costly. But yeah, if we have to use like for video generation, we use VO that is kind of free again, like up to some extent. Then Heygen is also good one that also provides some videos for free. Then 11 Labs for audio, like text to speech, that is also up to some level. For personal use, I think it will be almost free. If you are good at programming, then we are using DeepGram. Like DeepGram's free version is like very huge. Till now, we have used DeepGram extensively, but never paid. So DeepGram is also a very good one for text to speech and speech to text. Then yes, Avkash, if you would like to add any others.
So I have little contradictory view on this. So we should not look for the free. Like nowadays, everything is freemium. You can start with free and then you can go with the paid. But this is all about mindset. So the mindset is people hire junior and they pay 20,000 rupees to do the boring work, but they will not pay $20 for the chat GPT to do the intelligence work. Right? So that is a mindset we need to change. We have all the power available in the market, but we have to pay. I mean, if you only use the free, then you will not get power of the paid one. So as an example, you use the Claude. Claude is amazing. But there are certain features that you can only unlock if you pay $20, if you go in the paid plan. Once you go a paid plan, then you realize your life can be a much easier. But if you don't pay, then you don't know like what Claude can do. So now the $20, $50, $100, like if you can take plan of $100 a month, still it is a less than your cost of your peon in the office. So this is the real shift we need as an entrepreneur or as a business owner. So this is everyone should have a budget. So as we have the budget for each and every expense, everything, so we should also have a budget. Let's say 50,000 per month, 1 lakh rupee per month for the AI. And without hesitation, we should spend. If we spend, then only we can automate our business. Otherwise, this is just fascinating idea, but we end up doing all the boring works, and then we can say AI is not working for me. But it's not working because we didn't take it right way.
Right. So for experimentation part, if I'm talking about our team. So for experimentation, we let them use Cursor, Windsurf, and Claude. And if they feel that now, okay, if they are getting good amount of productivity boost, then we get the paid version. Because yes, as Avkash said, like we are spending $20, 2,000 rupees for one team member. But at the same time, if you are getting like 20%, 50%, sometimes even 2x of the productivity boost, then that is more than enough. So yeah, slowly we are also moving like, okay, if you are paid, that is
So
fine.
we can summarize that experimental or tasting is okay, but when you want to put it to a real use, you possibly put your hands into pocket, get some money out, and take the best benefit out of it. I think that's a very valuable piece of advice. Uh, so today's discussion was very interesting. It reinforced an important reality. AI integration is not merely a technology initiative, it's a business transformation journey. And organizations that will succeed are not necessarily the ones adopting AI the fastest, but the ones integrating it thoughtfully, balancing innovation with governance, automation with people, and ambition with operation readiness. AI may provide intelligence and speed, but leadership, trust, and adaptability will continue to define long term success. Thank you, speakers. I think over to you, Prateek, for your vote of thanks.
I, no, it was really great, in fact, and thank you very much. And we come to this closer today's session, and which is, I'm sure that AI integration, balancing innovation, operation, reality, both whoever has joined as an employer and as the employer, they've really understood with the whole thing. So I would like to really extend my sincere gratitude to all our speakers participants and attendees to making this webinar very truly engaging. A lot of questions were asked, and I'm sure that the answers were also they've got their answers what they're looking out for. So special thanks to our esteemed speakers, Avkash and Mittal, Avkash Kakdiya and Mittal Patel, for just sharing very much valuable insights, practical perspectives, real world experiences, and on complete AI integration, what business transformation can do, and good snippets of what tools you can do and all. So this session has really given us a deeper understanding of how organization can embrace innovation and while staying operation efficient. And yes, to Akash's saying that you need to invest, you need to pay, right? So that is very important. And I would like to also express heartfelt appreciation for our moderator, Mr. Tejinder Oberoi, for leading today's discussion so effectively and ensuring that an engaging and thought-provoking interaction throughout good pointed questions by you, Tejinder, I think, and really managed well. And last but not least, a special note to and word of thanks to IACC, West India Council Secretariat, Vishnu and Parva. So Vishnu, Atish and Parvasha for their dedicated effort behind the scenes, doing everything to make this whole execution of the session so smoothly. So I just wanted to thank them. Sorry, I'm getting a call. I'm sorry of that. Yeah. And last but not the least, I would like to also tell any we missed Raghvendra during the session, but nevertheless, we will give him whole piece of this will be available on YouTube. And on behalf of entire IACC, Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, Western Day Council, I would like to thank all our participants for joining today, contributing through your presence and engagement. Your continued support encourages to bring more and more such Thursday insights and such relevant, impactful knowledge sessions. So at IICC, we completely remain committed to fostering collaboration, knowledge exchange, and meaningful industries through this Thursday Insight. So for those who are not yet members, do join the chambers. We warmly invite you to join us and be part of vibrant network to strengthen the India-US business relations, unlocking opportunities, unlocking your network, and driving impactful partnerships. So in the end, I hope today's discussion was provided actionable takeaways for everyone and valuable perspectives that you can implement in your professional journey, whether you're an employee, employer, and your organization. So thank you very much for your time and participation. And thank you all speakers. We look forward to welcoming you to our upcoming IICC initiatives and sessions. Thank you very much all. Good day.
See you at the next Thursday Insights.
Yeah, that's right. See you the next Thursday Insights.
Yeah, sure. And thanks for having me here. It was wonderful to connect with all of you and the participants. If anybody has any question and would like to discuss anything in further, then you can connect with me on LinkedIn. Thanks once again, ISCC, and thank you, Manoj sir, Tejinder sir, Pratik bhai. Thanks for having me here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
It's really
Thank you.
great experience.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.